I'll be trying to watch that as best I can myself. But we're coming up on several minutes after, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I'm going to be sending out a recording of this afterwards, as well as a copy of the presentation, so you guys will be able to go back and refer if you miss anything. You're also going to have plenty of opportunities to talk and work with me, as well as a whole other host of other revolutionaries throughout your Revolution Parts experience. So this will not be your only opportunity. For today's agenda, we're going to keep it pretty high level and fairly short and sweet. We're going to start with a quick introduction to Revolution Parts. If you're not already familiar, or maybe you're not sure why we were chosen to be your e-commerce partner. From there, we're going to talk about the different selling channels that Revolution Parts offers. And we'll go through a live platform demo. This will be general platform navigation and basic settings to help get you started. Then we'll wrap it up with how you can fit Revolution Parts into your day-to-day process and any other questions or comments that may not have come up during our training. Real quickly, if you don't know a whole lot about Revolution Parts, we've been around since 2014, and we're an assortment of former parts and automotive professionals, e-commerce experts, and in-house paid marketing gurus. Since 2014, we've actually helped our dealerships to sell more than $1.5 billion in parts online. And in 2022, we were awarded the title of Premier Partner with Google, which is one that 3% or less of agencies receive. So we're very proud of that. None of that at all is to brag, but just to reinforce our new partnership together as your industry expert in automotive parts e-commerce. So again, thank you guys for choosing to join us in achieving the milestones that you want to dominate in your dealership this year and going forward. As far as I go, I'm Kristen Siren. I'm part of our dealer advisor team. I'm an East Coast outlier, so I'm not at home office in Arizona. I'm actually in Southeastern Virginia. I've been a proud revolutionary since September of 2020, but I've been in automotive in some form or fashion just about all of my working life. I've been behind the parts counter. I've done retail sales in the aftermarket with companies like Advanced Auto Parts and CarQuest. And I'm also marrying into an automotive family. So Castrol definitely runs in my veins. I'm very passionate about this industry. I'm passionate about what you do, what I do, and how we can work together to achieve greatness. Now, you'll typically see me in dealer trainings, whether it's webinar groups like this or one-to-one. Depending on your subscription with Revolution Parts, once you graduate from Ivy and Erica, you may be partnered with a dedicated success manager similar to me. There'll be a point of contact for you on a regular basis for regular product performance reviews, strategic consultation, growth planning, etc. In addition to the success managers and the dealer advisor team, we have our support team at home in HQ in Phoenix. They're available from 8 to 7 Eastern Standard Time through phone, email, or chat. Our support team is an awesome resource and a first line of defense for general questions, whether it's anything about an order or a customer, if it's Revolution Parts setup or troubleshooting, all the way to something more technical or more urgent and time sensitive. Outside of that, from the human touch, we also have 24/7 support for you guys in a couple of ways. One of my favorites and a favorite of our dealerships is going to be the knowledge base. This is located in the Help tab of your Revolution Parts platform, which we'll see a little bit later. And this is going to be an ever-growing library of content and guides. 9 times out of 10, our dealers have told us that they've been able to answer any questions they have or even solve problems from basic to complex just by going to the knowledge base. This is going to be, as I said, a growing library of product and setting guides, walkthrough videos, FAQs, and hundreds of other resources around topics all related to Revolution Parts or to auto parts e-commerce. So what? Right? So all of that is for one reason, and that is for you guys to help drive revenue. Essentially, everything we do at Revolution Parts is going to empower you guys with access to one of the best e-commerce platforms in automotive parts to help you sell. We understand our dealers, we understand your customers, and we work with several industry leaders to help you achieve success. This includes working with major OEMs for category data and pricing data. We also build easy-to-use websites to target buyers all over the country, whether it's going to be for customers in your local area or beyond. We also work with a lot of the systems that you guys already use or will use for e-commerce, including DMS, shipping carriers, and other providers. And of course, we are ultimately the e-commerce experts. Next to you, I would say every dealer is an e-commerce expert in their market for sure. All of this is to help you guys win. I'm not going to read absolutely everything that's on the slide right now. What I do want to do is take a second just to talk a little bit about online customers. They can come with some unique questions or challenges that may be a little bit different from what we experience over the counter, but for the most part, they're going to have the same expectations for quality service and fair pricing. If you've been in this industry long enough, you've probably had the opportunity to deal with retail and DIY customers. Those folks don't always understand or have the same depth of knowledge as repair shops, collision centers, and your own internal service lane. So Revolution Parts works in all types of ways to help you communicate effectively with your customers to help ensure that they're getting the right part for the right price. We always recommend, especially if this is your first time jumping into e-commerce, that you put yourself in the consumer's shoes and think about any experiences that you may have had online. If you had a problem making a purchase, was the seller responsive to you and were they helpful? Or did they do anything that maybe made the experience unique, like a special unboxing experience that includes thank you notes, dealer swag, or anything like that? When it comes to connecting buyers and sellers, we all do this with a couple of key benefits. So ultimately, Revolution Parts gives your buyers what they want, which is quick and easy access to OEM information so that they can order the parts they need for their vehicle at a good price from someone they can trust. For parts teams and dealership stakeholders, we want you to be able to build an additional brand new revenue stream for your parts department while also saving time, money, and headache. We achieve this again through working with a lot of systems that you guys already use, as well as helping to put everything for online ordering in one place. Next, we have our selling channels, and this will depend on your package subscription. We understand, of course, that one size fits all does not work in our industry. Every dealership is different. So we're designed to grow as you grow, with each selling channel acting as its own online store with its own pricing, shipping, everything. Something that I really love, even more than cars, is actually food. So sometimes I do like to compare our Revolution Parts selling channels to a cake. The base of the cake, the foundation, is typically going to be the local market, and we help you to reach your retail and wholesale through a local storefront plugin tool. What this does is replaces what's typically a static request form or a static parts page with a fully functional OEM catalog that opens up 24/7 buying to your customers online. For some additional icing to this layer, we do recommend utilizing our quoting tool. This is great for capturing new customer information or current customer information for phone call or walk-in inquiries that don't convert to sales. You can also customize your pricing and shipping options to determine whether you want to offer local pickup, local delivery, or even shipping. Our next layer of the cake, the next piece, is going to be the national web store. And this is a website that's built and hosted by Revolution Parts and customized by you to help extend your online presence beyond your own backyard into a more national market. Opening up your service to millions versus thousands or less of local buyers means that your pricing will need to be more competitive. So as you start building your e-commerce presence online, keep in mind that your pricing will become more competitive. Whoops. Uh, so extra icing for that layer could be marketing, most certainly. We have paid marketing. We also work with your internal marketing teams to help drive product and order conversion. The final piece of the cake is going to be our marketplaces, and that will be Amazon, eBay, or Walmart if you're opting into those. I really like to think of these more as the icing and kind of the sugar flowers on the cake, all the decorations. They're great, they're nice to have, but they're not necessary, and there are just a lot of empty calories. Amazon and eBay are awesome marketplaces to be able to sell and instantly improve the credibility and the awareness of your brand online, but it also comes with a lot of additional cost implications, so it's something to be very mindful of. These channels will ultimately give you guys access to billions of diverse buyers and can, again, go a long way to reinforce your credibility, but your pricing and your shipping will be much more competitive. Additionally, the marketplaces also have monthly subscriptions for their seller hubs, performance fees on sales, and potentially fees on PayPal or other payment gateways. So all of that is to be considered. When it's all said and done, there tends to be less meat on the bone with these options, which is why I like to think of it more as the icing and some of the extra sweet stuff. No matter which channel you're using when it comes to selling online, our goal is ultimately going to be volume. So we'll have to get out of the conditioning we may already have, which is looking at our margins and focus on a lower profit at a higher volume to ultimately give us a greater gross profit. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the demo from this portion to walk through the Revolution Parts navigation. Before I do, I want to take a quick pause. Do we have any questions or any comments from our attendees? You can utilize the chat or you can unmute. I'm going to keep it going. If a question comes up, just go ahead and interrupt. Now, when you're first logging into Revolution Parts, let's time that a little bit here. I did. Doggone. All right. Hang tight, folks. Let me refresh this here. Now, from onboarding and working with Erica and Ivy, you should already have a Revolution Parts login. If you have forgotten that login or you're not sure where to go, you can always go to revolutionparts.com. Over towards the right in the navigation, we have an account login button that will take you directly to our platform page. So we recommend bookmarking this page as well as leaving it up and active on at least one workstation, if not more. In regards to order or return requests, those notifications will be sent to all Revolution Parts users via email. You'll also see notifications within the Revolution Parts platform. The main dashboard page, depending on whether or not you have logged in before, you may see a window here to let you know about a new feature or update within Revolution Parts. You'll have the option to learn more about that feature right then and there or click out to view later. We also have updates throughout the platform, and we have a content section up here where you can look at our list of updates, both past and present. You can also check for updates in our help section and through the knowledge base. You may also see help icons or other little triggers within Revolution Parts to direct you to a new feature or a new product. So definitely be sure to check these out. On the main page, you'll be able to choose whether you want to look at an all-store view or an individual store view. You can also customize your date range. If you have any tasks that are going to be related to your general account setup or account performance, they will be shown here. These are typically going to be seen throughout your time in onboarding, but once you're up and running with Revolution Parts, you shouldn't see as many tasks. You can click into tasks from here to get a detailed information as to what action needs to take place. You can click on the Let's Do It button to be taken directly to the part of the platform to create that task. You can reach out to our support team for assistance by clicking on Stuck. Or if you have multiple users for Revolution Parts, you can assign the task to another member. In some instances, especially if we've gone 3 days or more without seeing an inventory update, you may see a task notification here to update your inventory. We have several different ways that we can do this, which may already be set up or in the process of being set up for you guys. This will include direct DMS integration. We do also get dealer on-hand inventory direct from OEM for our e-store program. So if you're a Stellantis Mopar e-store customer or a BMW Motorrad customer, Mercedes-Benz USA, your inventory is to be sent by us from the OEM. You also have the option to do it manually at the dealership level, whether it's bulk, it could be all of your inventory, or it could be individual units. All of that we'll cover in some future training sessions. Outside of that, your dashboard is going to give you a near real-time view of the orders that you have generated through Revolution Parts, as well as a breakdown of your selling channels if you have multiple, and your 5 most recent orders. Starting with our basic navigation, most of your time, at least we hope, we intend, is to be within the order screen. We'll go through order processing in a future training, but the order screen is good to go ahead and get familiar with, especially for a tool that we have called Quotes. Gosh, dog it. Our new quote tool is a great way to be able to, again, convert those phone calls or walk-in traffic into potential sales. Building quotes can also be emailed directly to your customer, and those quotes contain a link that will direct them to your online store to check out. The order tab will default to your new orders. You can also separate them out by all or by different statuses. Any return and refund requests will also be noted here. Next, we have our Products tab. And the Products tab is going to primarily be focused on the OEM catalog that we're pulling in for your brand. These catalogs will be the entire master catalog. So this is going to have old and new inventory, even items that may no longer be available or are on indefinite back order. Products can be updated either one-to-one or in a bulk setting. That again, we'll do through a future training. But this can include product description and detail, custom images, weights and dimensions, your on-hand quantity, and different attributes, including the availability of that product and any conditions, such as non-returnable items, local pickup only, or those where a VIN check may be recommended. The Customer tab is going to house all of your customers that do an order through the Revolution Parts through any of your stores. Account types are going to be separated by guest and login. Login will be for a customer that has created an account on your Revolution Parts selling channel. This we typically see with wholesale and other independent repair shop customers. Customer lists can be exported and used for email marketing or other purposes. You can also update and edit customer detail by clicking directly on that customer. This will include their contact information as well as updating their details, such as a customer group that they may belong to or a tax exemption. We also integrate with MailChimp, which is one of the leading providers for email marketing and other cool marketing tools. It's free. They have some great paid options as well. but it's really easy to use and it integrates directly with Revolution Parts. When you have that connected, you can create your own marketing campaigns or customer newsletters and control the subscriptions as well. In addition to your customer detail, you'll be able to see all of their recent orders as well as any email messaging that has transpired between you and the customer and any dealership internal notes. Sometimes this may be around specific delivery instructions or if you have a sensitive or escalated customer. These are not visible to the end buyer, but they also cannot be deleted. So just be mindful of what you put in here. Next, we have the report tab, and this is a section I see that doesn't get utilized that much, and I don't know why, because this is where you can find a lot of information, especially how to make more money. We have the report tab broken up into the core sections for payment, sales, shipment, and tax. If you're selling on additional marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, or Walmart, they will have additional reporting tools within their individual selling channels that we recommend you use. Also, if you're working with third-party payment providers like PayPal or Authorize.net, you may need to pull reports from Revolution Parts to reconcile as well. From a parts manager standpoint, some of my favorite reports to check out in here are going to be our completed orders by state and our shipment cost report. I go into these a little bit deeper towards the end of our training session, but in a nutshell, these two reports help you to quickly identify where you guys are shipping the bulk of your orders, by which method, and how profitable are you on those orders. Because each selling channel has its own custom pricing and custom shipping pricing, these are great reports to use to really fine-tune your strategy. Reports also can be viewed in-app or done via Excel. When you export them, it makes them quick and easy to share, to update, or to integrate with other systems you may be using outside of Revolution Parts. Reports are also going to stay housed in here for your lifetime of the partnership within the exported folder and can be downloaded at any time. Next, we have local delivery, and this is another one of my favorites, just because when I was working in Advanced Auto Parts and CarQuest, I was a general manager for a very small store. So we had to fight and scrap and really bust our butts for everything that we got, including drivers. Local delivery is a really cool way to help a dealership start a wholesale program in some cases, or greatly grow what they already have by extending your service area. We partner with trusted professionals like DoorDash, Lyft, Postmates, and FedEx Same Day to help facilitate deliveries. This is great for hot shots if you have a wholesale customer, or in cases even where maybe you have an internal service lane, you need a part and it's at a different location, it's either at a sister store, and you need to go get it, but you can't spare the bodies. You can use local pickup in a reverse way to also source parts and have them brought to your dealership for that internal service lane or to fulfill your online orders. Tasks we already touched on, so I'll skip over this. Next will be our message center, and this is an email inbox, so not too much to talk about, but it is important to know because all of your orders that come through Revolution Parts, even those that are done through eBay, Amazon, or Walmart, will ultimately filter into your message center. So we recommend checking this and treating this just as you would any of your other priority emails. You may even want to check it more if possible. You can email, obviously, your customers directly through here using custom text and uploading attachments and images. We also have a canned message option, which is going to pull from a template. These we'll cover in a later Revolution Parts training, but this is a quick, easy way for regular messaging that you may use with your customers, including asking them to provide a VIN number to verify their order. Additionally, if you create customer groups, so for wholesale customers and independent repair shops, they have the option to create their own account. This is how they see their own pricing and their own delivery options and payment methods. All new account creations will also generate a message directly to your Revolution Parts message center. So be sure to keep an eye on that to make sure that all of your customers are set up correctly. Coming towards the end of our overview, we have our help section. You can quickly connect with our support here through email or through phone. You can also access the Revolution Parts knowledge base that we spoke about earlier, or check out Revolution Parts University. These are some quick little video trainings. They're probably in need of being updated, but they're still relevant and good to have, and it's a great way to extend your training or help to onboard some new countermates. You can also, of course, see updates for Revolution Parts and the overall status of our systems. Lastly, we have the settings gear in the top right-hand corner, and this is going to open up your admin view for Revolution Parts. So this may vary dependent on your permissions, but anyone that is a supervisor level or higher should see the same things that we're seeing here. The top left-hand admin menu is going to be related to your account with Revolution Parts. So this will be your general account information. Your invoices will be stored here as well as sent directly to your invoice point of contact. Payment methods, so how you guys will pay Revolution Parts. It can be set up automatically or you can connect a bank account. We also provide paid marketing, including Google Ads. So in most circumstances, we pull the budget dollars from here as well. You can also be sure to connect your different payment gateways as well as your shipping carriers. We connect directly with UPS, USPS, FedEx, and more. We also integrate with ShipStation and ShipWorks if that's a provider that you use. But having your carriers connected will ensure that you guys can print your labels directly from Revolution Parts, as well as quote your customer based off of your negotiated rates. Down below, depending on how many selling channels you have, they'll be broken down by here. Each selling channel has its own settings for checkout and inventory messaging. You can customize the page lookout, promotions, or other marketing tools, as well as create distinct policies, pricing, and shipping methods. Any of your stores that may say parts counter or have the blue Revolution Parts R is going to be your local selling channel. The red and black Revolution Parts R is going to be the web store. That's the national website we spoke about. And if you're on an e-store program or selling with eBay, Amazon, or Walmart, you will see their logos and corresponding store names here. That is the platform overview in a nutshell. I'm about a minute over time. I know we started a little late to give everyone a chance to jump in. Do we have any questions from the group or any comments? If you've done e-commerce before, I would love to see how this may compare to something that you've already used. Feel free to unmute or throw a question or comment in the chat. I know usually this early on, we don't always have something, so that's okay too. We'll jump back to the last part of our training, and that will be going over how we can incorporate Revolution Parts into your typical day-to-day. As we spoke about, we already integrate with a lot of the systems that you guys already use. This is going to include your shipping carriers, as well as your OEM, your DMS as well. We provide quotes to give you guys a quick, easy way to make money with phone calls instead of wasting time, and ultimately give you guys robust reporting to help you see and understand the value and performance of your dealership. All right, one last chance for today. Do we have any questions or any comments in regards to today's training? Looks like probably not. Thank you guys so much for jumping in this afternoon and spending some time with me. I hope this was helpful. Please send us your feedback. Feel free to connect with me or with Ivy and Erica. We're going to be doing trainings throughout the weeks. We have 8 in total, so I hope to see you guys again next time. Have an awesome day and happy selling.